Times I'll see people post like fake information about, oh, I saw a baby cub. It's really late summer and fall when you're going to see them. So this is the mating season. They'll be born at the end of the summer. You know, it's a good idea. Just to, it's one of the ways you see a lot of them around here that people step on them sometimes. Taking the trash out late at night, early morning. You pick up the trash can. They like to hide underneath there because it's a little warm spot.
So glad you said that.
So just be careful. Make sure you look down, especially if you have flip-flops this time of year. You're going out there.
Pitch black. You can't see anything.
I've seen a lot of people step on them that way. So just be careful. And that's what they're not going to hurt you. But if you step on them, it's just going to be their reflex.
Right. And fireflies are out already, you saw.
Yeah. I was kind of coming back to work after dinner, and I saw them, and I thought they may have been out earlier, but this is the first time I saw them tonight. And that's a true sign that summer's here, right?
It's here, baby.
See the fireflies out there tonight. I just love it. I mean,
Me too.
That was the kind of night it was, right after sunset. It was perfect. It was calm. Fireflies are out. Overnight tonight, just a touch of fog. Early tomorrow morning, should say Friday, not fur day. Whatever day, it's the last day of the week. That's all that matters. Some haze and smoke on Friday, and then hotter for Friday and Saturday as well. Now, what's interesting, the flow on the East Coast, we've got this kind of northeasterly flow. We've seen this for the last, I'd say, week or so, and we've seen some big wildfires, some up in Nova Scotia, but the last couple of days, there's been a couple of huge wildfires in southern parts of New Jersey. And what's interesting is the flow of air and our short-range guidance, which we typically use to kind of forecast where storms pop up, it is indicating that smoke is going to drift down here, and tomorrow morning might be kind of hazy, but right in the middle of the day, there might be a big area of hazy, smoky skies over the Carolinas, and then again, maybe some more of that smoke coming down on Saturday. So if you smell smoke or it looks kind of hazy or the sky's kind of orangish red in the morning, it's going to be because of some of that wildfire smoke tomorrow morning. We've got this flow out of the northeast. The ridge is in the middle of the country, so this is kind of why it's been kind of a weird weather pattern for us, and it's been, I wouldn't say really chilly, but it's been definitely cooler than average. The milder weather is going to return late this weekend after we briefly warm back up. Now, what will be interesting about Saturday is how many storms or rain at all will form along this front, which will be drifting down from the north. The reason I say there's some question, this looks like a lot more than I actually think will happen because there's just not much moisture for these storms to fuel off of. So while normally we would have a bunch of storms with a backdoor front, the amount of moisture in place is probably going to allow just for isolated storms. So maybe a 30% chance late in the day. Tomorrow is certainly going to be a warm day, though. Temperatures jumping up into the mid-80s. And on Saturday, you could tack on 3 to 5 more degrees to some of these temperatures. So maybe our first 90-degree day of the year, we will keep that 30% chance of rain on Saturday. Dries out for Sunday. Then next week, we're getting into that kind of pop-up afternoon, evening shower storm chance. To me, this is the best news. Even with the warm-up, no humidity really to speak of. Dew points in the 50s for the most part. That's why it's so comfortable once the sun goes down, or you can get a shady spot even on one of these warm afternoons. It still feels great out there. Update on the tropics. The center of Tropical Depression 2 is there. All the thunderstorms are off to the northeast, so not in a big hurry to gain strength. I know it's our first system. There's a chance it never reaches tropical storm force, but if it does, it would be Arlene, and then it weakens dramatically. Likely not going to impact the United States at all. The spaghetti plots all going south, dissipating the system, and then the remnants being pushed off to the east. So no real issue for us. Maybe South Florida sees some rain from that in the long run. Here's the weekend forecast. Quite a difference from last weekend. 88 on Saturday, 80 on Sunday. We will keep an eye on that 30% chance of late day storms on Saturday. There's your Guy Roofing 7-day forecast. Really nice start to the weekend. Next week will be interesting on the 10-day forecast. Temperatures actually a little bit below average, upper 70s and near 80 as our average high jumps up into the mid 80s.